and not necessarily be a follower.
It's
That's
like
my thing.
it's
I don't
like
want them to be no follower.
It's like almost like a chant. Like I don't even like they'll say, "Ooh, mommy," you know, we don't really watch iCarly and stuff yet. You know, we don't do that yet. But because I don't SpongeBob, like so I just don't let them. But they're gonna watch it. I know it's coming. But you know, even when they say, "Oh, mama, that's so and so," and I go, "Oh yeah, that's cheesy cute," I say, "But you know, we don't," and then they go, "Yeah, we don't follow it." Right. They'll say it because I have just said it so much that we got this. We call it the Moncrief mantra. We can't control what other people do and say, but we can control what we say.
Right.
And they'll say it. They'll say it. We made that up. Yeah, you should because and they'll finish and I'll say, yeah, and that's cute. She's so pretty. That's a pretty dress. But remember, we don't. And they go, oh yeah, mama, we don't control what other people do and what people say because it's just something that I feel like I need to instill in them because I had crazy role models and I had.
And they're young to go in when they, because I know your kids are going to kindergarten soon. That's a good thing for them to know going into the new school atmosphere. We cannot control, but we can control us. And I try to teach that to Earl right now about making choices. Even though my son's 4, I still, you know, you gotta make good choices. You gotta make good choices. So now we're gonna segue. That was a good segue into why do some parents leave it up to the school to raise their kids?
But one thing I want to just add on, I know people tend to watch the music and all that, but it's important to watch some cartoons too, because nowadays those cartoons are out of control. And
they are.
And it's like, as much time as we spend with our children, they're in school a whole lot more with the teachers.
Right.
And nowadays, depending on where you live at, you can't pick and choose the best people. And the school system itself is throwing the best ones out.
I am so involved when it comes to my children's school. Because the teachers of my age, you know, are younger. And when I was growing up, honey, we had grandmama as a teacher. You know, and they were disciplinarians. They didn't play that talking in class and, you know, playing around or whatever. So I make it a point for me to meet them face to face and converse with them. I'm gonna let you know that this is mine right here. Any problem that you have with this one right here, I'm gonna need you all up in here because I don't need you trying. Because I did have an issue with that. You know, where the teacher, you know, she was like 27, younger than me. You know, okay, whatever. So, you don't even have kids. So you want to tell me that my child is ADD?
Oh, they're quick to say
that. Let me just tell you this. No, she's not. She looked at me like, I'm a professional here. Okay, and I'm the mother here. So I don't leave it to the school to educate my kids. We go to the library, we go to the museums, we go to the zoos, we do things that I consider to be, you know, interactive learning. Ask questions all day. If I don't know the answer, guess what? We got a computer, and we got the library, and we got other people that know. If mama don't know, we're going to find out.
I think, like you said, one thing that's important is you have to go and meet that teacher. Because a lot of times we have teachers in there who don't care. And they need to know that this parent cares. So when you're not just going to let my child sit and talk in class all day and not learn anything. You need to address that with my child and then come let me know so I can address it. It's a community. And now our neighbors aren't raising our kids with us. So it's the relationship between the parent, the school, and the child. And that's the way it has to work.
And with that, I think it builds an even deeper bond with the teacher if your husband is involved. And because we're all married, you know, we have to ensure that our husbands come to the PTAs, they come to the conferences, and I know they, you know, they work as many of us do, but you know, seeing, I think the visual is
seeing that,
you know, the visual for a teacher to look up and see that, wow, the husband, especially to be an African American, a lot of teachers don't see that. They just automatically expect the mother is going to show up, but that will show the teacher, you know what, my husband is involved. I'm involved, so that means my child's education is very important.
I had a similar incident. I'll go really quick. They scheduled a meeting with me and didn't even call my husband, and I thought he knew about it. I went. They asked me some stuff, said, "Oh, we want to do this with Bryce," and I felt cornered, and I was like, "Okay, yeah." And then I called my husband. I told him, he was like, "Why nobody call me?" Hot. He blew up. He called the school, and they told me because we only saw you. We only see you, so we just thought. what is that?
You
Like, what is that? Yeah, you. But they saw me. They knew, we were married and stuff. But they only saw me picking them up and taking them.
They felt like you were the only one that was
Yeah,
involved.
but see, it goes deeper. They really just they cornered me because I'm the emotional one. So that I was like, oh yeah, I guess if y'all say so. And my husband would have been the balanced one there, so they didn't call him, and he was hot. So you make a really good point about that, and I never thought about
Let me
it like
ask you,
that.
why you didn't tell them about the meeting?
Because it was so fast. It was like they called me one day, and we, you just pass it. I thought they let it know. He's always working because he can't come to stuff. He really can't come to stuff. So I thought they called him and they let him know, and he just couldn't come. And I think I did mention it to him, and he didn't say anything because he was so busy. And then I went to the meeting, and honestly, that's what it was. I did let him know, and he threw it out his head, and then the meeting was like the next day, and I went, and they kind of cornered me. I was like, oh yeah, I think we need to do this with Bryson. And I was like, y'all know best? Okay, yeah. Because I mean, like with my baby, like what? And then he was like, what? Why did you make that decision without me? And I was like, well, I thought you couldn't come. He said, still you should have called me before you said yay or nay. And that was my fault, but I felt like, like you think that they know best, and then, they get you the mom in the corner, but that is so, so important.
And it's
I never
true.
thought
And
about that.
I mean, not even thinking about even my own. When I was in school, I hated school. I was not the best. I mean, I probably could have made A's and B's, but I was always trying to be in the in crowd, and just being mediocre was okay for me then. If I just made it through. But I can honestly say both of my parents were involved, but they did see my dad the most. And even in times where I probably, especially towards the end of the year, where it was like stuff that I was missing, I think if my father wasn't involved, they would have just let me go. Right. You see what I'm saying? And I remember my dad coming to the school with me. He knew all the counselors. He knew the principal. He knew he was very involved, and it made them push. Okay, well, we're going to put Kwame in, and this wasn't even my teacher. This is my counselor. Okay, well, Mr. Jacobs, this is what we're going to do for Kwame. We're going to make sure that Kwame does this, and this. We're going to change her schedule around, do this, that, and another. So I think that is important, and even just thinking about that, my dad was very involved with school, and it probably helped me graduate.
That I think we tend to forget about is, as married women, it's important for us to have that united front in front of our children. Right. That's the way you get the foundation, and you get their morals and the structure in them. Right. And it's like you still need that united front with the teacher too. They need to know that my mother, my father, and this teacher, they are in connection with each other, and I can't mess one over and go to the other one and stuff back and forth. Because I know a couple of teachers, and it's not always a parent against a teacher, and so that way you have to have the relationship. And nowadays with blended families, you have mama's household, daddy's household, the teacher, the stepmom, stepdad, and so it's like you have to have that united front so that child understands what's expected of them from everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
My husband always teases me because he says, I always go in with a packet of paper. I got questions written down, and he'll always say, even though he's the balancer, he's like, you intimidate them teachers. And I'm like, if me asking questions about what my child's doing and what my child needs is intimidating them, then they need to get a refresher course in how to handle
I think it's split. I think they want to see that, and I think some go like, who is she? Because I'm the nut too. I'm sending notes every 2 days, and I was like, chill out. You're gonna drive.
But you know what? The teacher probably, you may drive them crazy, but in the end, I think they appreciate that because they know that you are a caring parent, not the parent that drops them off at the beginning and picks them up, never check their homework, never sign anything. Go ahead.
You know what? I think that the one is.
I'm gonna take my kids to go bag every time. They teach me what do you go bag? They check them all out. I'm like, I don't pick them up. I feel what I'm picking up. I come home at 9 o'clock. All I do is bring
It's so hard.
We be walking in and they there like, hold on.
Well, we want to thank you again. Once again, another great topic and conversation. We hope you enjoyed talking about our children because they are our future.
Yes.
So please, again, comment, blog, your opinion, choices, even show topics. Visit us at white2010.com, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Wait. Okay.